Hi, I'm Bill Lishman. I was born in 1939 in Pickering, Ontario, and raised on a dairy farm there. I'm an artist, sculptor, inventor, and sometimes I think I'm a filmmaker. Well, my idea of perfect happiness is not completely formulated, but I really I'm very happy when I'm doing things like flying with birds or observing things in nature that are just awesome. That's wonderful happiness to me. My greatest fear, what is my greatest fear? My greatest fear really is being entrapped in a huge bureaucracy and having to be being told what to do at every move. That's my greatest fear. I most admire a number of people that are artists and inventors. Roger Dean, a current living British artist, Antonio Gaudi, a sculptor, architect, Henry Ford, people that invented many ways of doing things, Thomas Edison and Westinghouse, and I have many heroes. The characteristic I dislike most in myself is my sort of scattered way of doing things. I just can't seem to keep things in one direction for too long a time. The characteristic I most dislike in others is dishonesty. People that say they're going to do something and then let you down. I'm mostly excessive about doing a lot of things, trying to do a lot of things at once. I'm excessive about wanting to fly with birds, and though I'm excessive about wanting to travel to remote places and see extreme things. I'm excessive about just flying in general, or I'm excessive about just about anything you can think of, except drinking. When it comes to an overrated virtue, a saying comes to mind that says, a neat and orderly workplace is a sure sign of a sick mind, and overrating neat and tidiness and safety is probably the most overrated virtue. Where would I like to live? I would like to live where I am right now. I think it's great, but I've seen a number of wonderful places in the world that I'd like to live. I'd like to live in the mountains. I'd like to live in a tropical area for a while. I'd like to live in a lot of places. I'd like to live on the planet in a beautiful, natural way. The talent I would like to have, I would like to be able to sing and play music. That lacks in my makeup. I'm terrible. I can't carry a tune in a bucket, and I would love to be able to sing and have a voice that sounds good. The thing that challenges me the most is dealing with other people that I have to work with on an ongoing basis that are going in a different direction, and I think they should go, or I should go. I think that's what challenges me the most. I'm trying to have a coherent path for a number of people at the same time. The thing that gives me the most satisfaction is seeing a project come to fruition in the way that I'd kind of imagined it to start with. That gives me great satisfaction when you have a dream concept and it comes into reality. That is wonderful. The lowest depths of despair is kind of a depression where that you think that your whole life is a mess and you have really just left everything in such disarray. And some days I have that feeling that everything in my life is in disarray, and that is really a depth of despair. What makes me feel safe and secure is that I have my next year's food on the table, and I have an underground home that is reasonable to heat and comfortable to live in. That makes me feel safe and secure, and a wife that is self-sufficient and independent as I am. My most obvious characteristic is kind of wild ideas. And I think that's what I get blamed for mostly, is coming up with wild ideas that aren't always practical. When and where, I think I'm the happiest in my life in general right now, because I'm sort of living the dream that I had as a child, that I would be traveling and doing adventurous things and understanding a lot of things about the planet. So I'm happiest in my life right now. Well, my greatest achievement, I think, is probably that flying with the birds. I think that, and the little film that I made about it that really told the story. I think that's my greatest achievement there, but I have done some great pieces of sculpture that I would put close behind it. Well, it would be nice to get an Order of Canada or something like that, but I've already won a medal from Canada, so that's kind of nice. There's no awards for sort of doing a whole variety of things except perhaps that, and that would be probably sufficient. First of all, advance on all fronts at once. Secondly, it matters not the medium. Put the spirit into whatever you're doing, and it doesn't matter what medium it is in, just do it.